Hi, I'm Colin, and this is Sci-Fi Deep Dive. Now, if you can't tell, my throat's a little messed up. I'm recovering from a flu, so this is going to be a shorter video, but I will put out a longer one later this week that I recorded last week. But I felt like this was just too topical not to talk about. So yesterday, the last Rise of Skywalker trailer dropped, and there's a lot to unpack. My first thoughts after watching it were, wow, that looks incredible. But being a total nerd for the ships and politics of Star Wars, I immediately latched on to the ships in the trailer, and that became my focal point. So there's a couple things I want to talk about. Fairly early in the trailer, while we are on this forested planet, we see a Karelian Corvette, a CR-90. Now, while I think it would be interesting to see the iconic first ship we ever saw in Star Wars in the last Skywalker saga movie, I really hope it's not the Tantive 4. In Legends, the Tantive 4 was destroyed by Darth Vader's Star Destroyer, the Devastator, after the droids escaped, after the boarding action that we see at the beginning of A New Hope. I kind of prefer that. That makes more sense than it somehow popping up later. That being said, getting to see another Karelian Corvette on screen will be nice. It'll be a nice little throwback to that first image of Star Wars that we all saw with A New Hope. The next thing that really caught my eye were the Star Destroyers. Now, we saw the fleet of Star Destroyers in the last trailer, but they come up again here, so I'll talk about it now. They are all Imperial 1 class Star Destroyers, so they are first generation Imperial class Star Destroyers. Now, this could be because they had the 3D model from Rogue One. There could also be a story reason behind this. These Star Destroyers would have to have been stashed away fairly early in the Galactic Civil War, or fairly early in the existence of the Empire. Still, it's going to be really cool to see a large fleet of Star Destroyers, and I'm really fascinated about what the story behind it is. Right now, it appears to be a fleet hidden by Palpatine, but we'll have to see. And the other thing that I noticed was one particular shot of a ridiculously tight formation of Resistance ships. Now, this shot is full of all kinds of ships from all throughout the history of the Rebel Alliance and the Resistance. A few of them really caught my eye. On the right-hand side of the screen, we see a VCX 100 freighter, which is like the Ghost from Star Wars Rebels. And behind that, there's a Nebulon B. In there, we see some ships we're familiar with from the Resistance, including the Resistance Bomber. It looks like there might be a Hammerhead Corvette in there, so I'm kind of fascinated to see where this hodgepodge fleet kind of comes from. Are these ships that have been stashed away somewhere, or are these regional defense fleets pulling together to fight the First Order and Palpatine in whatever form he's back in? Obviously, those aren't the only things we see in the trailer. We see Y-Wings, we see B-Wings. We see a lot more of what the Resistance is going to bring to the table in what looks like one massive... doesn't look like a space battle. It looks like it's in an atmosphere. But still one massive aerial battle involving a huge fleet of Star Destroyers and this mismatched sort of thrown together fleet of old Resistance and Rebel Alliance ships. I'm still holding out hope that at some point in this movie we're going to get a little bit more about the state of the galaxy, what's going on with the New Republic. Are they completely gone? Are there little remnants of them left? But I'll try to talk about that more in a later video. Hopefully next week my throat will be better, so I'll be able to sound more not dead. If you liked what you saw today, or just want to see more of me when I'm not fighting off the flu, you can head down below, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you'll get notified when I upload new videos. Also like and leave a comment. I try to respond to as many of them as I possibly can. So for Sci-Fi Deep Dive, I'm Colin, and I will see you next time.